Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we're going to engrave some maple leaves and some charcuterie boards. What you see here is actually black walnut. It's roughly an inch thick, and what we're doing here with our CNC router that you see right here is carving out a maple leaf, in this case here, about a 1/4 inch deep. Now the reason why the customer wants these a 1/4 inch deep is because they're going to be doing resin in it. So, and what you do with wood is that you fill with resin, then you sand the whole surface, and you have like a solid surface, but again, a central part with resin in it. So it's very durable. Now it just happens that for this project here, we did 4 maple leaves, but they can have been literally anything that you could think of. What works best are vector images, so that they're black and white images, so we have a nice clean outline, and from there we could use the proper router bit to carve out something nice and smooth. Now we'll take a look at the other style. There are 2 different styles. These comes from boards. And you can see how smooth the results are all the way across. There's a little bit of dust though on this because I didn't clean it up. The customer will be picking them up from the shop, and they're the ones who are going to be sanding it, and they're going to be the ones finishing and doing the resin and giving it to their customers. wondering, why do we use our CNC router to do this kind of work instead of our CNC laser or CNC plasma? Well, we use the router for this. For a main reason is speed. Technically, I could do this kind of work that you see here. I can technically do that using a laser. The only problem is the laser doesn't have a two-way feedback system, so it doesn't really know how deep it's going anywhere, while the CNC router always knows exactly the depth that it's at. So there's a huge advantage right there. The other huge advantage is the router is not affected by material density. If I happen to hit a knot or something really, really hard, the bit will just break. But with the laser, it doesn't really know what it's doing depth-wise. So as a result, if it hits denser material, it's not going as deep. And if it hits very, very dense material, like the height of the depth is affected by the density of the material. The more dense, the less height you get. So that's another huge advantage of the CNC router. So speed and two-way feedback system for the depth. Now you might be wondering, I didn't mention plasma. Well, plasma is for metal. We could technically put a sheet of very, very thin metal over this, and that would create the ground that we need for the plasma cutting. But the plasma would probably just melt and burn straight through it like it was nothing. The results would probably be pretty big fire hazard. So that's why we don't use the plasma for that. So if you're looking for custom carving inside of wood, contact me at CNCKing.com. We can make it for you and ship it right to your door.